The Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou fight was really intense, and here are some of the best reactions to the fight.
It's just these defense.
Oh! He's out! He's out!
Done!
Big AJ! Big Nigerian! Big
Sorry, lad.
Let's go! Listen!
I told you! I know.
Jeez!
He's bad.
I told you! If he boxes him, can we
then it's not a
seriously?
contest.
Before the fight, many pros gave their bold predictions, so let's see what they had to say about it. Dan Hardy, the ex-UFC welterweight contender, firmly asserted Francis Ngannou's prospects against Anthony Joshua. He said, first of all, he's got the confidence that he can do 10 rounds now after doing 10 rounds against Fury, which means that we're going to get an Ngannou who is going to be more willing to engage and more willing to push a pace. He mentioned that Ngannou now has the confidence to complete 10 rounds, as demonstrated in his fight against Fury, which would likely lead to Ngannou being more engaged and pushing the pace in the fight. Hardy added, rather than kind of stand his ground and pick his punches like he did against Fury, I feel like he's going to be a bit more of a bully against AJ. And I don't think that works out very well for AJ because you've got to remember he's in the process of rebuilding himself right now. Hardy continued by contrasting Ngannou's potential approach with his tactics against Fury, predicting that Ngannou would adopt a more aggressive stance against Joshua, which he believed would not bode well for Joshua, who is currently trying to rebuild himself. Hardy further added, Ngannou is 0-1 in professional boxing, and he's a huge risk for AJ. Now, Fury is going to look at that risk and go, yeah, okay, but I've got the skills, I'll be able to tie him up and make him miss, etc., etc. Additionally, Hardy pointed out that Ngannou, having a professional boxing record of 0-1, represents a significant risk for Joshua. He noted that while Fury might assess this risk and still feel confident in his skills to manage Ngannou, he was unsure whether Joshua possessed the same level of internal confidence as Fury, particularly in terms of recovering from setbacks like being knocked down. According to Hardy, I don't know if AJ has got that same kind of internal confidence that just emanates from him like it does from Fury. Fury. And I think if, for example, AJ hits the canvas like Fury did, does he get back up with the same kind of confidence to be able to regroup? I'm not so sure. It's quite a rarity to come across boxers who genuinely believe in Ngannou's ability to defeat Joshua, but among the few who do is Congolese heavyweight Martin Bakole. He said, "Fury took Ngannou easy, not too serious. He thought he would stop him by round 5, but Ngannou took it seriously and thought that if he stops Tyson Fury, he will make a name for himself in boxing." Over the course of numerous sparring sessions, Bakole has traded blows with Joshua. However, having closely observed Ngannou's prowess, Bakole is now firmly convinced that the Cameroonian powerhouse will deliver a knockout blow to the British fighter, particularly after witnessing Ngannou's performance in the Fury bout. Bakole said, "To be honest, Joshua is going to be different to Fury, because Joshua saw Ngannou was coming to box as well. He will take it seriously. Ngannou as well is coming into it, wanting to make a name for himself in boxing. Everyone is surprised at how good he looked after the Tyson Fury fight." Bakole added that Ngannou is a commendable person with a good heart and possesses all the necessary qualities. He believed that if Ngannou were to land a punch on Joshua, there was a high likelihood he could stop him, especially considering that Ngannou is taking the fight seriously and is dedicated to improving his boxing skills. Bakole added, "He is a good man. He has got a good heart, and he's got everything up there. If he lands on Joshua, I think that he will stop him, because this time he is taking it seriously as well, and he will be working hard on it." British heavyweight Joyce believed that Anthony Joshua should have some concerns about Francis Ngannou's formidable power, but he remained confident that the former world champion would ultimately prevail. He said, "He's got heavyweight power. He's very motivated and dedicated to the sport. He started in boxing and then made the change to UFC. He's shown he's a really good fighter. Both of them have extremely good physiques, and it's a real battle. I think it's a really good fight, and I'm excited to see it." Joyce confided in DAZN, expressing his belief that Ngannou possesses the power to knock out Joshua. He said, "If Francis lands a big bomb on Joshua's chin, Joshua's going down. Equally, Joshua's got power, and if he can put them punches together and use his experience, probably keep it a lot more long range, I can see why some are making him the favorite." Joyce went on to add, "If the odds are good for a Francis knockout, I'm putting my money on that. It's a 50-50 fight. I'll say Joshua on points or Ngannou for the upset by KO." Sean George, the trainer of Zhilei Zheng, held the conviction that Ngannou would emerge victorious. He said, "Joshua gets stopped. That's my opinion. I'm the one to say it. Anthony Joshua gets stopped in this fight. Joshua is the better boxer. He should win this fight." Furthermore, George elaborated on his perspective by pointing out the distinctive rhythm and pace that MMA fighters like Ngannou bring to the ring, which differs significantly from traditional boxing. He added, "But when I look at Francis Ngannou, you have to take into consideration that the rhythm is different. MMA fighters go against boxers and their rhythm is different. They fight at a different pace. I'm not sure Anthony Joshua can make that adjustment." George expressed doubts about Joshua's ability to adapt to this different style and pace, which could be crucial in the outcome of the fight. So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.